What's up? Marty here. Today I got for you a pickups video for the month of February 2018. Got about 11 games, couple systems. Hopefully it'll be a good ride. Before we get into that, I just want to say that I'm going to try to start putting out videos at least once a month for now, talking about my monthly pickups. It might have to be 2 months sometimes. I'll try to get in another video there. Going to try to start to do this regularly, but that being said, let's get started. So these are all in order of which one I got first in the month. So first one up, we got a classic for me, Halo 3. So this game played the heck out of. What the heck is wrong with this case? There we go. This game played the heck out of it when I was in high school. Ton of good memories. If you haven't heard of Halo 3, I don't know where you've been. Great game, and I also, unfortunately, I don't have my old 360 because, of course, it died like 2 or 3 times, I don't know. But I still have my original hard drive with all my maps and stuff, so once I can get one of the older models, I have a newer model which doesn't take this, but once I get one of the newer or older model 360s, I can go back, play some couch co-op with friends, and our new maps. One of the things I used to love to do was have a really small enclosed area, random weapons. It was a blast. So that was something that I was really happy to find, and it was super cheap. I mean, it's Halo 3, got it for like a free essentially, because I got it bundled in with some other stuff that I just sold for a profit. So now next up, system is a PlayStation Vita. So I already had a Vita. I got this one for like $50. Came with a 4 gig memory card, and I sold my old one, which was in worse condition, with the memory card for like $80. So got an upgrade, and I made $30 off of it. So awesome system. The other one was fine. It just had some scuffs and scratches on the screen, which was annoying, but didn't really affect gameplay or anything. So I was fine with it, but when I saw this, jumped on it, got a great deal. Next up, Ratchet Clank. So I think in January, I got a PS4 Pro. Only other system that I had this generation was a Switch, and I got that in summer. So I've been picking up a lot of PS4 games. This one I actually got for Valentine's Day. Awesome game. I always loved the Ratchet Clank series. I haven't played any of the ones on PS3 yet, but I played through all the PS2 ones. Actually, when I was younger, I rented them all. I started with Ratchet Deadlocked, and I think I actually played them in the reverse order that they came out. So when I got to the first one, the original, there was a lot of stuff missing. The weapons didn't upgrade, and the PS2 version it was interesting, but not nearly as much as the later games. So when I went and rented that one, I never finished it. So while this story is a little bit different, this was a great way for me to go back and actually say I beat all 4 of the originals, kind of. Awesome game. I played my heart out. This is one of the games where as soon as I finished it, I wanted to go back, do the challenge mode, get a couple of trophies, and keep upgrading my weapons, because there are weapons that you can only upgrade further after you beat the game. So awesome. Another one I found, I got this at Family Video, $10. Figured it was a pretty good deal. Until Dawn. I think it looks interesting. I haven't played it yet. It's something that I hope to get into. Now, it's not my type of game necessarily, but it definitely looks interesting, and I think I'll enjoy it. But I haven't played it yet. Been too busy playing some of these other games like Ratchet and Clank, so I haven't got to this one yet. So then I go to my local Toys R Us about once a week, because not a lot of people go there for games. See if they have clearance stuff. The first time I actually went there, they had, I can't remember what it was, but they had super low prices on like good PS4 games, except they were all out by the time I got there. So I figured I'd stop there once a week. So a couple weeks ago, they had some games for $9.90, and I got Bloodborne and Infamous Second Son. So I first put in Bloodborne because I was like, I played Demon Souls, didn't really like it, was too difficult for me, couldn't get a hang of it. Played it for like an hour, maybe two, couldn't get into it. But Bloodborne I went into it thinking like I wasn't going to like it. And that's why I played it first, because I was like, hey, if I play the other game first that I do like, then I'm never going to get to this. But I love this. I beat it in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, just played it non-stop. Awesome game. Yeah. There's not much else I can say. It's just amazing game. If you haven't played it, and if you don't like the Demon Souls or Dark Souls games, still try it. Because I didn't, but I love this game. Awesome. Infamous Second Son, again, didn't get to play this one. I actually haven't played any of the Infamous games. I did play this one on a friend's PS4 for like a couple minutes once, but other than that, it's going to be a fresh experience for me. I believe, yeah, that's all the PS4 games. And like I said, this is in order of how I got them, or what order I got them. So the next one was a super awesome find. So I also go to my Goodwill, my local Goodwill, every week, maybe a couple times a week, depending. And recently I actually found a couple cool GameCube games. Now, before this, it was a while that I found one, but I found Mario Party 5. I don't know why. Maybe they just don't realize that GameCube games are games. They think they're DVDs or something. I don't know. But I got Pokemon Colosseum. This is a game that when I was a kid, I think I was like 10 when it came out. When I was a kid, this was one of the games that I was super hyped for, because I was like, this is a Pokemon game, the first Pokemon game that is going to be on the GameCube, that's not going to be on a handheld system. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be 3D. Everything's going to look sweet, other than like Pokemon Stadium, but this actually had a story. So when I was 10, I even was like measuring myself, how high I was. I had this poster on my door, and I remember the day this came out, or a few days before, I had marked that I was such and such height when this game came out, or like a few days before it came out, but I wrote like day Pokemon Colosseum comes out, or a few days before, or something like that. So that's how much this meant to me. It was when it came out, it was all I was talking about, all I was thinking about. When I got to play it, it wasn't the same experience as I was used to. It was a lot more difficult for me. I mean, I was 10, so I didn't get very far into it. So I'm looking forward to trying it out again and hopefully finishing it. So then these next ones, I went to another family video. A couple hidden gems, I guess, that I didn't have. I've been looking for a while. They had buy 3 get 1 $1 off. I bought like another SpongeBob game with them that I traded at GameStop for more than I paid for that one. So then I got them for even a little bit cheaper. Then I got Enslaved and Puppeteer. Now I haven't really played either of these. I played through like the very first the intro section of this one just to kind of see what it was about. Seems like it's pretty cool. Again, reminds me almost like a Zelda fighting style. Kind of simple, but at the same time can be complex. Seems like a pretty decent game. Probably won't get to it for a while, just because it's Xbox 360 game, and I'm really into the PS4 right now. But it seems like it'll be a good game. And then Puppeteer, basically I just got this one because I had heard that it's a really good game. I'm not super into platformers, but I think it'll be interesting to try out. And I figured I'd get it now when it's still fairly cheap, in case it goes up in price, because it was released pretty late into the PS3 life cycle. So before it goes up in price, I figured I'd snag it, and then if I decide to play it later, I decide to play it later. Got a couple left. So GameStop, they had a Pro Day this month. I was super pumped because I was excited, because almost every Pro Day they have buy 2 get 1 free. I had tons of games. I had like 15 games that I was ready to buy, a bunch of stuff I was ready to trade in. I was really going to milk this Pro Day. But they didn't have that deal. But instead, they had a deal where if you would buy something, you'd get like a scratch off. That would give you bonus points, bonus percentage off, or bonus percent in trade credit, things like that. I think there's probably some really big prizes too. Regardless, This game, Kingdom Kingdoms of Amalur: The Reckoning. This was a game that I was looking for a while, and of course after I bought it, I saw it in pawn shops. There were like 3 copies in pawn shops. It was ridiculous. But I was looking for this for a while. I wanted to get that 360 version just because it seemed like it would be better than the PS3 version. I don't remember exactly why. But again, another hidden gem. Didn't do super well, but it's supposed to be a good game. Again, I probably won't get to this one for a while, but I might get to it sooner than later because it does kind of look like my kind of game. But I got that for $5.75 with all of my percent off with the Pro Day and my membership, and then I got 5,000 points with the scratch off, so that gave me an extra, that was basically $5. So this was kind of like 75 cents, which was pretty awesome. So, and then the first GameStop that I went to, they didn't give me as much as I thought they would for some of my stuff, so I went to a different GameStop, which usually gives better trade-in, and when I was there, I bought Little Battlers Experience. It was $10 there. Paid like 6 or 7 something. I used the $5 from that, so it was only like 3 something. The $5 in points from that. And then with this one, I got a scratch off that gave me 50% extra trading credit, which I can probably talk about in the next month's video because I traded in a bunch of stuff, and it actually added to my 20%, so it was like 70% trade credit, which was awesome. Regardless, this game, kind of like a Pokemon mixed with, well, maybe not even Pokemon, Custom Robo, if you guys have played that, but handheld. Unfortunately, the controls are a little bit clunky. Like you have a dash and you have a jump. You can double jump and you can dash, but it's really like choppy, so you can jump, but you can't really move forward while you're jumping. So when there's like a hill or a ledge, it's not easy to traverse around. If it's a flat area, you can kind of slide around, which is pretty cool. There's guns, there's spears, swords, shields, stuff like that. So there's a lot of customization. I played like the first chapter of this one as well. It was like 3 hours into it. Not sure if I'm going to keep playing it just because the controls are kind of clunky. And I feel like the battles are either super easy or they're super hard. So, and also after the first chapter you play as a different person, which I wasn't expecting, which kind of turned me off a little bit too. Like another character that's in the story, but I didn't see that coming. Doesn't really make sense to me, so not sure if I'll finish it, but hey, it was pretty cheap and hard to find game, I think. I've never seen it anywhere. I was surprised that my GameStop even had it. So last but not least, well, maybe least, I don't know, it's probably not the greatest game, but I was at a pawn shop. They had 2 games for $5. I think I got like Black Ops with this, which I could trade into GameStop for like $4.80. So this one was less than $1 essentially, and it's worth a lot more than that. It's like $10-15 maybe. But I got Saw for the PS3. I used to be and still kind of am a big Saw fan. I've watched through the movies probably at least 5 times, like the whole series. And as I watch them, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I'm realizing, okay, that doesn't really make that much sense, or if it's just because I've seen it so many times and I'm like not that into it because what I liked about it was the twist endings. Because I remember when I watched the series, it was amazing. Every time I was like, what? I was trying to figure out what the ending was, but I never could. But anyways, haven't played this game. Not really sure if I will. I probably will sometime, maybe get together with some friends, or if I'm bored, just want to see what it's about. I heard it's not the greatest game, but thought it would be kind of cool to pick up for pretty cheap. So, but that is it. That is everything I have. The last thing I didn't mention is, and I don't have it here. It's hooked up over there. But I did get a PlayStation TV because one thing I don't like about the Vita is it's not really that comfortable in my hands. Other than that, it's a super awesome system, but if I'm playing it for like 3-4 hours, especially if I'm at home, I want to be able to play with something more comfortable. So, hoping to play a bunch of video games on my TV with a comfortable controller so I can kind of play for hours on end. But that being said, that's all I got today. Hopefully this was something that was interesting. Still kind of new at this. Hopefully everything works out. But again, trying to do something at least once a month. See how into this I get. Hopefully I can really get into it. Other than that, this has been Marty. See you guys later.